It's of a farmer's daughter, so beautiful I'm told. Her father died and left her £500 in gold. She lived with her uncle, the cause of all her woe. But you soon shall hear this maid, and it causes overthrow. Her uncle had a ploughboy, young Mary loved right well, and in her uncle's garden their tales of love they tell. There was a wealthy squire who oft her came to see, but still she loved her ploughboy on the banks of the sweet Dundee. Her uncle and the squire rode out one summer's day. Young William, he's in favour, her uncle he did say. Indeed, it's my intention to tie him to a tree, or else to bribe the press gang on the banks of the sweet Dundee. The press gang found young William when he was all alone. He boldly fought for liberty, but they were 6-1. The blood did flow in torrents. Pray kill me now, says he, I would rather die for Mary on the banks of the sweet Dundee. One day this maid was walking, lamenting for her love. She met the wealthy squire down in her uncle's grove. He put his arm around her. Stand off, base man, said she, I would rather die for William on the banks of the sweet Dundee. He put his arm around her and tried to cast her down. 2 pistols and a sword she spied beneath his morning gown. Young Mary drew the pistols and the sword he used so free, and she did fire and shot the squire on the banks of the sweet Dundee. Her uncle overheard the noise and hastened to the ground. Oh, since you've shot the squire, I'll give you your death wound. Stand off then, says young Mary, undaunted I will be. And the trigger drew, and her uncle slew on the banks of the sweet Dundee. A doctor then was sent for, a man of noted skill, and likewise for a lawyer, that he might make his will. He left his gold to Mary, who fought so manfully. Then he closed his eyes, no more to rise on the banks of the sweet Dundee. Oh, I'm going across the water. Oh, take me with you to be a partner. At fair or market you be well looked after, and you can sleep with the Greek king's daughter. Oh, don't look, you'll not find me lazy, not like some high-born expensive lady. I'll do your milking and I'll nurse your baby, and if you are set upon, I'll defend you bravely. Oh, I saw you first on the Sunday evening, at the altar as I was kneeling. It was on Christ's passion that I was reading, but my eyes were upon you and my poor heart bleeding. For you took what's before me and what's behind me. You took east and west when you wouldn't mind me. Sun, moon and stars from my sky you've taken, and God as well, or I'm much mistaken. For black as the sloe is this heart within me, black as the coal is the grief that blinds me. black as the footprints down the polished hallway. It was you who blackened it forever and always. And so once again, my dear Johnny, my dear friend, and so once again you are fighting us all. And when I ask you why, you raise your sticks and cry, and I'll follow, my friend. How did you come to trade the fiddle for the drum? You say I have done like the enemies you've earned, but I can remember all the good things you are. And so I ask you, please, can I help you find the peace and the star, oh my friend? What time is this to trade the handshake for the fist? And so once again, oh America, my friend, and so once again you are fighting us all. And when we ask you why, you raise your sticks and cry, and we follow, my friend. How did you come to trade the fiddle for the drum? You say we have done like the enemies you burned, but we can remember all the good things you are. And so we ask you, please, can we help you find the peace and the star, oh my friend? We have all come to fear the beating of your drum. Lord Bateman, he was a noble lord, and 5 degree, and he has shipped himself on board of a ship some foreign countries he would go see. Now he sailed east and he sailed west, he sailed until he come to proud Turkey, where he was taken and put to prison until his life was nearly gone. Now in the prison yard there grew a tree, it grew so tall and it grew so strong, where he was chained all by the middle until his life was nearly gone. Now his jailer, he had one only daughter, so fair a damsel as you ever did see. She stole the key to her father's prison, and vowed Lord Bateman she would set free. Oh, have you got houses, or have you got land, or does Northumberland belong to thee? What would you give to that fair young woman who from your prison would set you free? Oh, I've got houses and I have got land, and half Northumberland belongs to me. I'd give it all to that fair young woman who from my prison would set me free. She took him to her father's hall and gave to him a glass of wine, and every health that she drunk to him, I wished, Lord Bateman, that you were mine. For 7 long years I'll make a vow, and 7 years I'll keep it strong. If you will wed with no other woman, I will wed with no other man. She took him to her father's harbour and gave to him a ship of fame. Farewell, farewell to you, Lord Bateman, I fear I'll never see you again. Now 7 long years have passed and gone, and 14 days well known to thee. She has packed up all of her gay clothing, and vowed Lord Bateman she would go see. Now when she come to Lord Bateman's castle, so boldly she did ring the bell. Who's there, cries the proud young porter, who's there, pray come to me tell. Oh, is this Lord Bateman's castle, and is his lordship there within? oh yes, cries the proud young porter, he's just now bringing his new bride in. Go bid him fetch to me a slice of bread and a bottle of the best of wine, not forgetting that fair young woman who did release him from close confine. Away, away went that proud young porter, away, away and away run he, until he come to Lord Bateman's chamber and fell down on his bended knee. What news, my proud young porter, what news do you bring to me? There is the fairest young woman waiting that ever your two eyes did see. She's got a ring on every finger, and round one finger she has got three, and round the middle such gay clothing as would buy off Northumberland free. She bids you fetch to her a slice of bread and a bottle of the best of wine, not forgetting that fair young woman who did release you from close confine. Lord Bateman, he swore a mighty oath and broke his sword in splinters three. I would give all of my father's riches if by Sophia had crossed the sea. Then up spoke the young bride's mother that never was known to speak so free. You'll not forget my only daughter, though your Sophia has crossed the sea. I own I made a bride of your daughter, she's neither the better nor the worse for me. She come to me with horse and sandal, she shall go home with a carriage and three. Lord Bateman prepared another marriage, and both their hearts are full of glee. I'll roam no more in foreign countries, now my Sophia has returned to me.